Well, hello there. It's Monday, and I'm finally getting out and about. It's afternoon. I'm not going to give you the specifics. Dealing with quite a few things going on right now. I have to run it up and pick up a package, and I have a client that wants to talk to me about a couple videos, so that's cool. But the big thing is that looks like my mom got into a Craigslist scam trying to sell her sofa. So I've kind of taken over the dialogue with the buyer, and they're not liking me right now because I'm kind of onto their game, and they're still trying to like brute force and intimidate and dictate terms, and it's like, you gave us money, so you have no negotiating power here if you want your money back. So, it's not that I'm trying to be mean or anything like that, but I gotta protect my interests as well, and that being my mom and her financial health. So it kind of seems like it's a money laundering scheme. So I'm debating whether I should contact the FBI because my mom lives in Washington. The buyer supposedly lives in Oregon, even though they have a phone number from Lancaster, Virginia, and they have another phone number that's a 324. I haven't looked at that area code yet, but it's weird because there's too many numbers in the caller ID, so it's almost like it's a foreign number. So it's like 324, blah blah blah. And then instead of the 4 numbers, there's like 7 after that. So it's a little weird. So I'm going to do a little more research on that. Right now they're trying to say, can I call you? And it's like, no, I'm busy. We can do this over text message. So anyway, I'm dealing with that today as well. I've kind of given them an ultimatum. I said, hey, here are your 2 options. You can either complete the transaction or we'll send your money back, and these are the terms. So, and they want to talk. And it's like, well, there's nothing to talk about. You have 2 options. Tell me which one you want to do. So, dealing with that right now, and that's about it. So yeah, I'm going to the mail place, and then probably going to go 4 o'clock-ish. I'm going to go to my client's place and have a sit down and chat with them. So that, or I'll just come straight home and we'll talk over the phone. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, that's what's going on today. I grabbed my mail, and there's something in there that when I get back home, I'll go ahead and show you guys. I'll tell you more about it later. Right now I got to run to the bank and chat with them about an issue I'm having with my account. And then it's back home. So I'm back home, and you're going to have to bear with me here. I'm going to give you a little backstory. Something I haven't really talked about a lot is a recent, well, not really recent, about 6 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 6 months ago, I made the decision to go ahead and make the monthly investment in BattleBox. And if you're not familiar with what BattleBox is, it's a monthly subscription box. It's a subscription, and they send you a box filled with outdoor and tactical gear. Most of it's outdoor. And the idea being that for X amount of money per month, you'll get quality stuff and it saves you the time of having to go out and find it yourself, and it introduces you to new products and manufacturers that you may not have been aware of. Certainly has been the case for me. I'm not really an outdoorsman. It's something that I am interested in getting into, and so it strikes me as kind of a win-win for everybody in that it saves me time and and money potentially on wasting money on poor quality stuff. And a lot of the manufacturers that BattleBox partners with are actually American companies, which is awesome. So anyway, You know, this is my storage in my room, and you can see, you know, I've got several boxes there. So, you know, I've been at this for a while, and this is the most recent one. So I'm going to unbox it for you. This probably won't be a regular thing, you know, I'm not going to create a separate playlist just for BattleBox unboxings. But I thought it might be interesting to you guys to see what it, you know, the kinds of things that come in the box. So I'm going to put the camera down, and we'll get into it. Alright. Let's see if I get it right. Yes, I did. Alright, so every month there's a theme. There's been a water storage and hydration. There's been a camping or solo camping, you know, that kind of thing. So the theme for this this box is Camp Chef, and every month they call it as mission and then the number, and they've been doing this for 2 years. So this is mission 24, and they send you this card. It lists everything that's in the box according to the subscription level. So, you know, there's basic, there's advanced, there's pro, and there's pro plus, all at their own cost level. So they go from $24.99 to $149.99. So, and then on the back of the card they also have what they call a sit rep, where they just kind of explain the box and what they want you to do. And maybe, you know, some instructions on some of the products. So we'll just go through the box. The first one up is a portable propane pocket stove, and that's in this little guy. And the top comes off, and this is not a virgin unboxing. You know, obviously I opened this before, but this spins around like that, and so you have a screw-on nozzle on that side, and then you have a holder on this side, and this sits on top of a propane bottle. You know, and you know what? We're gonna do this differently. You can tell I didn't set this up before. Alright, so there's this little knob over here, and that's your flow control. So you open it up a little bit, and then there's a red button on this side, and there's a little piezo igniter right here. So I'm not sure if we get something dark behind it, maybe you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So that's how you ignite it. And then, you know, these guys will either hold something really small, or they'll flip out and, you know, hold like a little pot or something. And then your stove basically is your bottle in this guy. And I mean, I never would have found out about this. So that is pretty darn cool. So let me show you how this works. So you just twist, and it all collapses down. You take that guy and you flip it right there. That holds it in. And you get that guy. Oh, come on. Did I do this wrong? No, I didn't. Yeah, it fits in there. So it fits in just like that. And like that. So I would probably not consider this waterproof. It's probably water resistant, but you know, it doesn't have an O-ring seal or anything. So, but I mean, that's pretty cool that it fits down that small. Obviously, you know, there's the size of the propane tank as well. So there's that. Next up is the Light My Fire Spice Box, which is really funny. So that's what this thing is. And you have storage for pepper and salt, and they are labeled with an S and a P, and then another empty, you know, space for whatever spice you want to put in there. I have not, as of yet, figured out how you actually like fill this thing. So, because I mean, you would think that this thing would like twist apart or, you know, pull apart or something, but anyway, the idea is that you can put salt and pepper, or, you know, whatever spices you want, up to 3 in this thing, and just toss it in your bag. So that's pretty cool. Backcountry cooking book. If I recall, is right here. So now I haven't actually looked at this book yet, but you know, we've got a lot of pictures, which, you know, for some people they like that. They give you food that you can take on the trail that's good for hiking. They can give you a supply list for 10 field days, which is kind of cool. So it kind of gives you like a packing list of what to take. And I mean, these guys are legit, you know, baking staples, crackers and cereals, dried fruit, vegetables, and nuts. In addition to the trail food that they've already told you about. Fresh fruit, fresh veggies, frozen food. Not really sure how you're supposed to keep stuff frozen on the trail, but anyway. Meat, milk, margarine, cheese, rice, noodles, sauces, and other mixes, drinks, specialty items, so on and so forth. And then it actually looks like, let's see, that way. They give you a menu, which is pretty cool, you know, by day. Day 2 menu. I mean, wow, that's pretty cool. So what it looks like is, instead of being kind of a typical cookbook, they'll actually break up the chapters into kind of like, if you're going horseback riding, you know, this is what you should bring. If you're going hiking for this amount of days, this is what you bring. So 7 days on horseback hauling panniers, 5 days in the Red Desert trekking with goats, a week-long car camping time travel experience, river running the Serene Green for a week. This actually looks pretty cool. You know, there might be some good ideas or suggestions in there, so that could be helpful. Let's see what else we have. A telescoping hot dog / marshmallow roaster. And that is going to be that thing. You can see that, you know, it does indeed telescope. And, you know, it's decent points, nothing too sharp, which actually is good. You know, in case you lose these covers, you know, it's not going to like poke holes in your bag. And this is actually kind of an interesting grip. You know, they've actually taken the time to contour that. That actually is a really nice grip. I like that. We also have a Ready Man campfire skewer. This may take me a second to find. Aha! Alright, so if you're not familiar with Ready Man, they make these really cool products that are very, very flat. And they come in, you know, the idea is that you carry them in your wallet and they're credit card size. And they have a whole selection of these things that have different tools on them. And just kind of give you an idea of how this thing works. So it looks like these are your skewers on the sides, and then you bend this part down and you stick a stick through there that you just find, you know, locally, which is kind of cool. That's pretty handy. This is my first Ready Man product, actually. And I mean, these things are like $3, so it's not too bad. You could pick up a whole, you know, selection of their stuff for probably under $50. So that's pretty cool. So that is the basic box. So again, we have the propane pocket stove, we have the spice carrier thing. You have the telescoping roasting, or what they call the roaster, and you have the Ready-Man. So that's like $24.99. The retail so that's what if you had this subscription level, you'd be spending $24.99 for this month at that basic level, and they say that the value is $48.73. So almost double the value. So the next level is advanced, and that is where we get the Waldo Camp-A-Box. This guy, and what we have in here is a plate, bowl, a lid or another plate. They kind of serve both purposes. Fold-A-Cup, Fold-A-Cup big, Fold-A-Cup just the regular, a cutting board, a shaker, and a spork. So that's actually kind of cool. And you know, they kind of all nestled together in there, which is kind of nice. So, and definitely, this is made in Sweden, apparently. So if you're doing a lot of camping and stuff, or backpacking, this will definitely come in handy. And now we have a portable campfire collapsible tripod. It's going to be this guy. Again, I haven't actually taken this out. Okay, so these are all the legs, and it looks like, yeah, they have these threaded rod ends here, and they just marry up into these female ends. And there's something else in here. Okay, so that's where they all kind of screw in together at the top. And then they have the hooks and the chain that you hang your pot from. So the idea being that, you know, you form a tripod stand over your fire, and then you hang your pot, and then your pot doesn't have to sit on the actual wood or the fire, and you know, as it burns down, the thing collapses over. In fact, on this book here, you can see that, you know, it's kind of the system that we're going for there with this tripod. So that's kind of cool that they provide something like that. And that's one of the other things, you know, as I get more and more into backpacking and going outdoors and that kind of thing, you know, this is all stuff that I don't have to source now on my own because I have it. So I've got a picture here on the storage bag, which is also cool that they give me a storage bag. There's two different, I keep forgetting this is backwards. So this is just the straight hang, and then this is, you know, if you have like a fire grate or something at like a state park maybe. So a couple different ways that you can use it. Give me a second while I get this all put back in. And one of the other problems I'm having is that I'm running out of space to store all this stuff. You know, because this keeps coming in month after month. Alright, so with the tripod and the dishware set, I guess, or Camp-A-Box, that is the advanced level. That's a $49.99 a month cost, and the value is what they're calling a little over $105. So the next is the Pro Box, and that is, this is going to take me a minute because this is the biggest item in the box. And I'm going to bring this over again because I'm going to have to take all of this stuff out. But not every month. Some of the months, you know, they pack this thing so full of just stuff that they don't have space for this packing material. But most of the time they'll give you this packing material. Save this if you end up starting a BattleBox subscription, because this is fire tinder. That's what you can use this for. That's what it's designed for. So I store it in a bag that is elsewhere in the room. So I'm just going to put this on the bed right now so I can get this next item out. But I wanted to show this to you because this is free fire tinder, and don't we all like free stuff? I mean, come on. So give me a second while I get rid of all this. So we have a 2-burner regulated camp stove that runs on propane. So this would be similar to, you know, something that you'd find from Coleman in a Walmart or a local store. But you know, this they're saying is a $72.99 value. So this is from Stansport, which, you know, I've seen their name around other camping stuff, so it's not like they're brand new to this. But I don't know, I mean, that that feels pretty cool that I get a camp stove. I get 2 different camp stoves. So this would be like for more formalized camping, where maybe in like a campground or someplace, you're probably not going to be packing this if you're doing backpacking. You're going to be packing something more like this, or, you know, fire starting material and some tinder, and fire starter with the idea that you're going to make your own fire and you're going to find your own fire stuff, and then you're just going to cook over the fire with like the tripod and like a camp pot or something like that. But these are really nice to have. It's something that I've wanted for a long time, and it's nice to know that now I've got one. So that is the only item in the Pro Box, and the value in the Pro Box is $186.66, and then the final level is Pro Plus. That's $149.99 a month. So what we get in that is, they popularly call it the knife of the month, because there's always a knife in there. But this particular month, we've got a couple other things. So first, there was a bag of pork barrel barbecue spicy sriracha bacon jerky, which was free courtesy of Barbecue Box, and I'll tell you what that is in a minute. I gave that away because I don't eat bacon, so, or pork or anything like that, so I gave that to a friend of mine. We also got this Cricut adjustable paracord bracelet with integrated bottle opener right there. And what's cool is this is the first adjustable one that I've ever seen. So if you look there, they've got, you know, 3 different lengths that you can do. And the problem I've always had with paracord bracelets is they're too small. So for example, I've got this one, and what I liked about it is that it has an integrated you know, striker, and so that's a fire starter, which is cool. But I go to put it on my wrist, and because it's so actually, I'm gonna laugh if this one fits. Because of that flint rod, it won't secure in, and so this is just something I'm gonna have to attach to a pack or throw in a pack just to have along if I want to take advantage of that. Whereas this one looks like it might actually be practical for me. So this is a Spyderco knife. This came in the water box, and I get more use out of this thing than I do most of my pocket. I mean, I've got a pocket knife that I keep on me. I keep this one at my desk. But let's see if this one actually will fit. I got, you know, big hands and I got big wrists, so I think, yeah, I put that on backwards. So we'll see if Cricut has made something I can actually use, and I can tell you right now that's not going to work. So what's happening is, you know, it's tight right there. So unfortunately, that's going to be another one that's just going to have to stay in the bag. But you know, I understand that it's really difficult to make a product that fits everybody. Speaking of Barbecue Box, it's very similar. It's a subscription box like Battle Box, and let's kind of give you an idea about it. You can look up info on that, but Yeah. I'm not really a big meat guy, so I'm not going to take advantage of that. But one of the other things that they throw in there is they'll throw in, maybe advertising cards. So the campware stuff, the plate and all that. This is that manufacturer, Waldo. They'll also throw in coupons. So, Utica, who is known for their cutlery stuff, actually has made a knife, and I'm about to show that to you. And so I get 10% off with this coupon that, you're only going to get if you're a BattleBox subscriber, so that's pretty cool. So the knife, which is pretty cool, it's BattleBox subscribers are the first ones in the market to actually see this knife, which is really, really cool. So it comes in this box, and here it is. So it's a Kydex sheath, and it has a little paracord here to tie off on your leg or something like that. It's got plenty of eyelets here to tie off as well. This is a Flint & Striker, and what makes this rather unique, of course, as I drop it, oh please, is that it has these O-rings, which means that as it sits in the holster here, it's actually waterproof. And what you do is you just unscrew that piece, and now you've got, a striker and a flint. And there you go. Try not to catch my room on fire. So that's a really cool thing to just have on your knife, and I think it's fairly obvious that they mean for this to be like a camp knife or an outdoor knife. The other cool thing that they've included is a sharpener right there on the sheath. So that's the knife. It's got a nice black finish on it. It's fairly thick. It's probably 5/32. And a really nice handle. It's got a good grip on it. It's got this little serrated thing for your thumb to really get down on it. My only complaint is that it's not that sharp. I'm not really satisfied with the sharpness of it, and usually, you can do this, yeah, it's got some sharpness to it, but usually it sticks a lot more. So for example, I got my Spyderco here. Now this has been used quite a bit, as you can tell. I got to clean this knife, but the sharpness on this knife, that's almost twice as long. So this knife is much sharper than this knife. So I'm pretty sure that that's not indicative of, or a good example of what you can expect from Utica. And honestly, so I have to sharpen the blade. Whoop-de-doo. I got 3 or 4 different knife sharpening options in last month's BattleBox, so I'm covered in that regard. So not really worried about that. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's a BattleBox. And the cool thing is, from month to month, you can jump levels. So if, $149.99 a month or $99.99 a month is too much, you can jump down to the basic for $24.99, until maybe your financial situation gets taken care of, and then you can jump back up. You can also buy any of the products, or just about any of the products, as well as complete boxes on the website. And if you are a current BattleBox subscriber, you can go and buy boxes that you have missed in the past. This is their 24th box. I've only been in it for 6 months, so I could go to the first box and go and buy that one all over again. So it's a really cool company. I've been really happy with them so far. I've got to figure out the storage issue. But yeah, that's it for today. I talked with my my client, and it looks like we're going to be doing another video project next week. So that's good. More money. And I think that'll be it for today. I got one website launched for a client that I've been working on for 4 months. I'm really excited about that. That happened kind of later in the evening on Friday night. The fifth business that I'm involved in, where I have partners and everything, we're getting really, really close to launching that. And that is really going to potentially, well, not potentially, it's really going to drastically change my life in many ways. So I'm really excited to get that up and running and going, so that we can, kind of take care of the financial stuff, so it's not so much of an issue. Oh, I totally forgot to show you guys something. I am so sorry. The Utica also did send a belt clip. I have to mount it myself, but that's fine because, this is designed to mount on a bag. It's designed to, thread paracord through and strap to your leg or whatever. So, they kind of leave it up to you in how you want to use it. So, yeah, I think that is going to be it for me, and we will catch you guys later.